7 things I've learned about guiding meditation practices. When I first started guiding meditation practices, I often stumbled over something I couldn't quite put my finger on. Despite my best intentions, there were moments when the language I used didn't land the way I hoped it would. Over time, I realized that what I found difficult, and what many others might also, was connecting to ways to guide meditation that truly feels inclusive, empowering, and free of unexamined assumptions. Through years of teaching, learning, and working with diverse and vulnerable communities, I've discovered some important lessons that have helped me refine how I approach meditation guidance. These lessons weren't always easy to learn, and I share them now not as criticism, but as an invitation to grow together. This isn't about being perfect, and it's certainly not about feeling shame for past mistakes. It's about evolving with awareness and making these profound practices as accessible and impactful as possible in today's modern world. Number 1, avoid making assumptions about abilities or experiences. Language like "picture yourself walking through a familiar place" assumes that everyone has the physical ability to walk, or a familiar place to even recall. This can alienate those who don't relate to these experiences. Instead, offer adaptable instructions like, what would your experience be like if you explored a space that feels comforting and supporting for you? This invites practitioners to engage in their own terms. Number 2, be conscious of sensory imagery. Phrases like "feel the warmth of the sun on your face" may seem universal, but can exclude those with negative associations with sunlight or sensory sensitivities. A more inclusive approach might be, notice the sensations around you, perhaps the air on your skin, the weight of your clothing, or the surface beneath you. Imagine any form of warmth or comfort that feels nurturing to you. This keeps the imagery flexible and inclusive while being sensitive to individual preferences and experiences. 3, use of poetic language skillfully. Poetic language can be powerful, helping create a rich inner space for those who connect with it. However, it needs to be used thoughtfully. For example, instead of saying, "imagine the golden light of the universe wrapping you in a cocoon of divine love," try, "sense a warm, gentle light surrounding you, offering support and ease in whatever way feels right to you." This retains the poetic quality while allowing space for personal interpretation. Shift from directive to exploratory language. Language that feels overly prescriptive, like "take a deep breath and feel your chest expand," can be challenging for people with respiratory issues or trauma related to breath. A more exploratory approach would be, notice your breath as it is. If it feels good, you might invite a fuller breath, or simply observe the rhythm that's already there. This makes the practice accessible without pressure. 5, focus on empowerment rather than hierarchy. Words like "please" may seem polite, but can unintentionally create a hierarchical or pleading tone, which feels odd, especially with the egalitarian nature of meditation. Instead of saying, "please take a deep breath for me," how about "thank yourself for having a moment taking breaths for yourself." 6, quit asking people to find things. Instructions like "find a comfortable position" can unintentionally imply that the practitioner is missing something or doing something wrong if they don't feel immediately comfortable. Instead, use phrases like, "allow yourself to settle into a position that feels supportive for you in this moment." This language is less about searching and more about inviting self-acceptance and presence. 7, acknowledge the practitioner's unique experience. Meditation scripts often assume that relaxation, calm, or letting go is universally accessible. For instance, release all tension in your body might feel invalidating to someone with chronic pain or trauma. An ideal approach is notice any areas of your body that feel at ease, and if it feels right, allow that sense of ease to expand. This honors the practitioner's current experience while offering an invitation for exploration. Do share any of your own personal tips and guidance when it comes to using the appropriate language, and if you have any skills from your experiences that you would like to share with other people who are watching this video, please do share this with other people who may use this information within their work. And also, if you haven't yet already, do like and subscribe, because it does help the messages of this channel reach out to more people. I endeavor to continue making more work so that these practices that we love so much can be much more easily accessible.